Good afternoon, you ruddy lovely people. You are all very welcome along to the Lilywhite YouTube channel. I hope that you're all having a smashing day and week wherever you are in the world and whatever you are planning to get up to. I do apologise if I sound a little like Sean Dyche in today's video, a little bit hoarse. My voice is going, but I still wanted to come on here and talk Tottenham ahead of tomorrow's massive game against Chelsea. Not many fans are optimistic heading into this one, and I completely understand it. I'm completely behind the boys tomorrow, and I'm praying and hoping that we do get a win or even a result. But our recent record at Stamford Bridge would suggest otherwise. They've got 20 wins against us at home in the Premier League. We've got one away against them. It was that 3-1 a few years ago. Dele Alli stepping up at Stamford Bridge, but we can't seem to buy a win at Stamford Bridge. And why is that? Why is it that we just can't seem to get results at this football ground? Because I think there's a number of reasons. I do. I think firstly that record at Stamford Bridge is definitely something that the players think about heading onto that pitch. It's definitely something that those Chelsea players think about heading onto that pitch. And I do think the history of this fixture for us against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge is a huge hindrance heading into these games, because team after team, manager after manager, different setup after different setup at this football club, and we can't get anything at this ground apart from that one occasion under Pochettino. There were so many others where we lost under him, under Harry Redknapp, AVB, Martin Jol, Jose Mourinho, Antonio Conte a few times, and now Ange Postecoglou as well. No Spurs manager, no set of Spurs players can seem to get a result here. And I do think our record against them, the fact that we haven't got a result in so long, definitely plays on the mind of our players before they go out there against Chelsea. I think as well the nerves from the away fans, from the Spurs fans, considering how bad we've been in this fixture for years and years as well, that's got to affect the players. So I think that's definitely one of the reasons as to why we've got this horrific record. Another one is Chelsea's hatred for us. Don't get me wrong, we don't like Chelsea whatsoever, right? I think hate's a very strong one. I don't really hate anyone or anything. I really dislike Arsenal. I also dislike Chelsea. But our biggest rivals are Arsenal. The North London derby is the fixture that I look for first when the fixtures come out. I look at when we're playing Arsenal at home, then I look at when we're playing Arsenal away, and then I look at the Chelsea fixtures. Whereas for Chelsea fans, and I imagine Chelsea players, the first fixture they look for is Tottenham at home. It's not like they've got another massive rival and this is sort of a secondary rival to them. Fulham are their local rivals, but they despise us. They hate us far more than Fulham. We're rent-free constantly in their heads. They could be playing Southampton or Real Madrid, and before every single game they sing, "We hate Tottenham, Chelsea." They absolutely hate us. And whilst this fixture means a lot to the Spurs players, to the Spurs manager, to the Spurs fans, I do think this specific fixture means that little bit more to Chelsea. I do. One, because of the history that they've got against us, and two, because we are their biggest rivals, because they hate us more than any other club. And whilst we hugely dislike Chelsea, it's Arsenal for us. It's the North London derby, Those are the two fixtures we look for first when the fixture list comes out in the summer. Then we look at the Chelsea game. So I think there are a number of reasons as to why we've got this horrific record at Stamford Bridge. I think our record definitely plays on the mind of our players, and has done for years and years, because under so many different managers with so many different players, we haven't been able to buy a result at this football ground. I think the hatred from Chelsea fans and those Chelsea players definitely contributes to why they keep getting great results against us at home and we can't get deadly. It means everything to them. It's their most important game of the season, whereas for us it's a game we never really do too well in, and they're our second biggest rivals, not our first. So I think there are a number of reasons as to why we've got this horrific record against them. Obviously there's another obvious one in that for a lot of these years when we've lost to them, we've been behind Chelsea You know, we had those few good years under Pochettino, but even in a few of them, you know, our best season under Poch, where we went unbeaten at home, where we won every single game, you know, that we came up against a lower opposition team. Chelsea still finished above us. They still finished on 93 points. They still won the league. The 2014-15 season, they won the league. A lot of these seasons where they've gotten the better of us, they've been a better team with a better manager and they finished above us in the league. So I think when you look at that, when you look at how much hatred that football club has for us compared to the hatred that we have for them, which is less than what we have for Arsenal, when you consider how this record plays on the players' heads, on the Spurs fans' heads heading into this fixture, all of that contributes as to why this fixture feels so horrible for us Spurs fans. I'm hoping that we can turn things around tomorrow, get our second win at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League era. Am I optimistic? No. Am I hopeful? Of course I am. I love this football club. I want the players to go out there and step up and be aggressive and get into them. I want the manager, as much as I dislike him and want him gone, to get things tactically bang on. And if he does, I will praise him deservedly so, because we get nothing at this ground. So I'm hoping that the players, instead of using that as a reason to be scared of this fixture and almost just not bothered like a lot of fans, use it as a reason to try and prove the doubters like myself wrong. Use it as a motivational tool. The doubt, you know, going to the bridge. So I'm hoping that we can turn things around tomorrow. Optimistic, no. Hopeful, as always, as a Spurs fan. Normally lets me down, but I'll never stop being like that. Take care of yourselves, guys. Have a smashing rest of your day. And as always, come on you Spurs.